Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to be working on this Cub Cadet MTD. It's a leaf, vac, shredder, chipper, all in one. It seemed to be having some carburation problems. I tried a different carburetor and still it was just wanting to do this over revving situation. I don't know. So I was going to swap it out. I was going to try to with another engine I got over here. It's another Tecumseh, and that's what's on this one. But anyways, follow along with me and let's see what we can do to get her done to take this motor off of the machine and see if we can swap the motors out. Yeah, sometimes it's just really nice to have a look at how things come apart. I've searched through tons of videos just trying to get a better view of things, a different angle, and some guys have a good angle of stuff. Other guys don't really get into that detail. This is kind of detail, what I'm going to be doing here to pull everything apart. Looking like it's going to take some a good amount of disassembly. So if that helps anybody out there, that's what this is for, really. Maybe have a second set of eyes. Maybe you know what you need to do, but you just need to see how everything comes apart just right. So hopefully it'll help you out with that. Even if it's not going to work out, I'm going to talk to you later on after the video, at the end of the video, about how we might still be able to, make this work out for us and maybe make a little money instead of just throwing it away, if that's what it comes down to. Hopefully not this kind of quality machine, but stay till the end and we'll talk about that when we get there.
All right, today I'm going to try to put this 3.5 horse Tecumseh, old Tecumseh, onto this leaf sucker vac mulcher shredder thing, Cub Cadet MTD, that is 6.5 horse. But when I had it in storage, the gas tank kind of took a crap, and there's that. So I know this old Tecumseh, see the gap in there, just got something knocked onto it, so that tank is toast. So we're going to try to swap that out, see if it'll even fit, the crankshaft's on there, and if it's compatible at all with it. I know it's like half the horsepower, really, of what's supposed to be on that machine, but let's see what it'll do. Because I know that did run pretty good. That was on an old Craftsman machine that I upgraded the motor on, put a bigger motor on it. So we'll see how it does. Okay, getting ready to pull the motor off of this one. And I got these 3/4 inch fasteners off here. The only other place it's attached is right up here, this screw. And there should be, I guess, another one on the side over here. Maybe that one. And we'll get those out and see how it rolls. Alright, so we got that loose. And the 3 down there and the 2 up here. One, and then on the other side, one of these. It looks like one used to go here and it's missing. That wasn't there. So that's kind of moved a little bit, but it looks like this hole, it doesn't look like it's attached anywhere else really. So the thing to do next, it looks like, is to remove this whole bottom piece right here. And then there's a pan underneath here, man. This, just get to this thing, is, I'm not looking forward to it. This whole pan right here, hopefully that doesn't have to come off. We'll see, but it looks like for sure this piece right here, this little cross beam, and the only way to get to this stupid thing is to, like, they got that, there's a wrench. That looks like about a 5/8 or something wrench. Get that on there. Get those little bolts out. Probably gonna have to take the wheels off to make it easier. So I was thinking, how do you get to this thing? But it was pretty easy. Just got to get a screwdriver underneath there, pry that off, and you got access to the nut. Okay, looks like we'll have to do this on both sides. There's a nut on the back side of this at 15, and if you got one of these ratchets, boy, that's going to save you some frustration. And let's see, am I going correctly? Yeah, left loosey. Let's leave that loose. Or should I take it off? I'll just take it off. And we'll go over to the other side. Okay. There we go. Loosen her up. Okay, there's the nut on that washer that goes on the back side here. Right here. And that nut goes on the back. Just like that. Now, did that loosen this up a little bit? Yeah, that's moving. Okay, so we got this bracket here is going to be moving out of the way. And hopefully, it'll allow our plastic piece to drop down there. It looks like it will. Okay, so we're getting this other side, same thing. And then there should be that little washer, and I think it just fell across the floor there. So a little washer goes in there, remember? Right in there. What else is holding this dang thing in here? There's like one more screw, maybe two. Impeller thing. Okay, so this whole pan's got to come off, because even if I took, if I got this bolt out of the crankshaft, I mean, that's just rough. The impeller looks like it's in good shape, whatever you call that thing. And for this pan, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 freaking bolts. And there's different stuff. Okay. And we'll have to hold on to the top parts as we take that all apart. So I'm getting ready to take 10 of these off, and they look to be about 7/16, something like that. Maybe that's 12 millimeter, 13 millimeter, 7/16. Back this up a little bit. Yeah, so the only one left apparently is this one right here, and then this is connected to this little, whatever the hell that is. I guess that's kind of like the, I don't know, but that's sort of stationary there. It's mounted there on the side, and then this rod that comes through right there, got to catch it on the bottom there, and that should be the last fastener. Let me get that off. So I try to get that out. All I got to do really is keep that top, the bolt head from spinning right there, and see that? It's just in a bad spot right underneath that bracket right there on the frame. So let me get that out. This is such a pain. Okay, so I've got the drill here, the impact, and now I'm putting this pry bar in between the impeller and the deck. Just getting it wedged in there really good. Then I'm going to take a little air hammer and try to whack that thing right off of there. Let's see. Give you a better angle at this. Hey, the sun's out. All right. What we're going to do here is, you can see maybe where I just shoved that pry bar up underneath this big impeller here. And I'm going to put the crankshaft bolt back in a little bit, a lot. didn't come out real easy. Okay, it's going back in okay. And so, kind of got it back. Get it back in pretty good. So I got pressure pushing out on this big impeller with the pry bar. Might give it a couple more taps. Let's make sure it's jammed in there real good. I don't want to break the impeller either. It might just prop off on its own. But, so I got this little air hammer here. There's no place to really put a puller on this thing. There might be something, but nah, I don't see how you can even pull this thing off. So I'm just going to whack it here a little bit on this bolt head. Got some safety glasses in place. Give it a little couple whacks. See if I can just pop this impeller off. It'll come off. And squirt some of this freeze-off stuff right around. It's gonna, as long as I get it on the crankshaft, it'll find its way down. All right, about 10 minutes after I squirted this down with some of that freeze-off, and I stuck that pry bar back in there, gave it a shot, and it came out. So that's good. Here's the wheel thing, and I guess that's a blade. Feels pretty sharp. So that's off. Now we just got 3 bolts holding that engine on. That should be it. Alright, then I've got a kill wire I gotta take care of here. Okay, they kind of made this simple here with this quick disconnect, but I'll probably still have to use this wire or just splice this onto the kill wire of the other engine. Take that off. Okay, so I'm comparing the crankshaft, the PTOs on this, and it's got a keyed shaft right there. Is it keyed? Yeah, it's keyed, and it's tapered. The one that was on the Cub Cadet shredder, it's tapered, and it fits down perfectly like into this impeller thing. This one doesn't have any of that at all. It is keyed also, but it's just a straight shaft coming out of there. And this one's actually a 1/4 inch longer than that one. And the diameter also of the PTO on the crankshaft here is not big enough. So it's narrow. Anyway, worth a try. These are kind of scrap. I just don't feel like rebuilding that. I'd have to buy another gas tank, and I think there's something going on with the, I think it's been oversped. When these aluminum blocks get kind of corroded and stuff on the outside, it just seems like they have been overheated from the engines I've seen over the years. So, and there was some type of governor issue that was going on with this thing, I thought. And then when I had it in storage or whatever in my shed, it got hit and the tank got busted right here. So that's broke. It'd be interesting. I might look up some parts for this to see like how much all these parts are worth, because I mean, just this impeller here is probably worth something. Somebody probably pay some big dollar for that. I'm just curious to see what all this stuff is worth. Let me take a picture of this and look it up.
Okay, well, that motor ain't going to fit. Just ain't going to fit. And I'm not rebuilding this motor. I'm not putting like a new governor on this motor, and probably going to need to put a new carburetor on it. Plus, the gas tank is busted. So I'm thinking, the whole time I'm taking this apart, I'm thinking, this is a pretty quality machine. You know how they say, well, sell it for parts. You make a lot more money. Well, if I was to put this back together right now and sell it as is, not working, you know, I probably couldn't give it away. I probably couldn't get $50 for it now. But as I was saying, as I was taking this thing apart, I'm thinking, you know, you get to work on different stuff. You know, it's like you can tell what's a knockoff from China and this is some quality material. You know, these are nice materials that they use to put these things together. And so I'm thinking, man, you know, that's not going to work out with rebuilding this thing, putting it back together. And even if I got this stock, tops what I could get on this thing, even with the leaves falling, maybe $200, maybe. And it's not even self-propelled. If it was self-propelled, maybe $250, $3, possibly, but unlikely. So for a quick sale, even in the fall time here, $150, and all of this work, it's crazy. So I started looking at, you know, these are quality parts. I think it was partstree.com or maybe even the Cub Cadet website, whatever, but there's some pretty expensive products. If you were to go look online and find the website that I found, you would be amazed at how much these individual parts go for. And I'm talking, if you were to part this out and sell it, you'd probably be making about $2,000, no kidding. If you sold all of the parts from this thing on eBay and you charge the price, you know, that I found online on this other website, you'd be making over $2,000. You know, so just for instance, two of these wheels are $45 each. The other two are almost $50. They're $49 and some change. So that's like almost $200 just in wheels on this thing. And they are quality wheels. They better be. And those are in pretty good shape. So, I mean, you're not going to sell them like brand new products, right? They're not brand new, but still they have some value. So just for instance, okay, so that's the wheel situation. Now the tube, which I have, this is a complete unit. Just the tube alone is $165. Okay. There's a handle, the push handle on this thing. The upper part of it is $39.99. The lower part of it is $43. There's a base adapter that goes onto the housing deck of it, the main housing deck. There's a base adapter that the tube slides into. That right there is $41, $40.99. And the actual housing that base adapter goes on, the big yellow thing, the main frame, the deck that the engine sits on, is $226.99. Okay, that's the housing. Okay, the hose nozzle itself at the end of the hose is $77.99. The bag for this thing, which I have, and it's in great shape, you got it off this website, $229. Then the impeller, this one right here, this heavy-duty thing, still in great shape. This impeller right here on that website is $534.99. Freaking crazy. and it goes on and on. That's only looking at 2 different categories of products, and then there's about 8 of these different categories of exploded parts breakdown where you can look up your parts. I got all these numbers only from 2 of those parts breakdowns, and there's like 7 more of them. There's probably $3,000 worth of parts in this thing right here if you bought them new. If you sold all of these parts, you could probably make $1,500. If I put this whole thing back together right now, like I said, and try to sell it on Marketplace for cheap, just get rid of it for a do-it-yourselfer, I probably can't get $50. So there might be some money in used lawnmower and power equipment parts if you're willing to put in the work, like on eBay, stock things, keep track of stuff, find kind of maybe hard to find parts, discontinued parts. People are going to buy it, especially if this stuff's been discontinued and you find it on some junker mower, but it's in good shape, So just something to think about. If you enjoyed the video, hey, hit the notifications bell so that when I put out these videos, which I do regularly, you'll get notified. If you're into this stuff, check out my other videos. I do videos on all kinds of lawnmowers, walk behinds, zero turns, aerators, chainsaws, trimmers, hedgers, anything with a gas engine. Not cars. This is small engine repair. Power equipment, lawn stuff mostly. I just got done doing a go-kart and a motorized bike a few days ago. So that kind of stuff, if you're into it. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. Have a good one.